Hey guys, hope you're doing great and good. Alright, so for today's topic, I'm going to share you how to 3x your revenue in 3 months. Alright, if you are into virtual kitchen business or a ghost kitchen, a cloud kitchen, I'm going to share you in this content how you can multiply 3 times of your revenue. Uh, let's get into the contents for today. Alright guys, so this is what I want to share to you guys today. So we're going to talk about a virtual kitchen business opportunity for non-storefront, or it is well as well for the kitchen that has a storefront. So I'm going to include the storefront opportunity as well, but mainly I'm trying to focus on for the non-storefront. And so as we have seen that there's a lot of opportunity in virtual kitchen market, but as we have seen as well that there's a lot of people who does not know how actually the other opportunity for business work. For example, you have your own restaurants for quite some time and you end up working in the same restaurant without knowing what else the other opportunity that you guys have it. The reason because one of the thing is that you were burned out or you have a limitation. For example, you may be operating as a franchise business. So for those reasons, there's a lot of reason why many people do not, or many business owners tend to forget about what are the other opportunity that they can operate the business. But in this video for today, we are going to talk about how you can multiply 3 times at least in 3 months. All right, this is based on my experience, so that's what I want to share with you. So I'm going to share you a little story about how I get to know about all these things. Right, I used to run a small restaurant, and the restaurant wasn't making any money for the first 2 to 3 months, and I was almost burned out with the reserve cash. So I have to come up with something else, right? So I wasn't getting any Uber Eat or anything order much, and I wasn't getting any traffic at all for people to dine in, right? It was a small restaurant for about like a 12 table, but whatever it was, I was not making money. So what I did was I went and talked to other vendors like indoor games and sports like amusement park, and I went to a corporate office that has about like 200 to 500 full-time employee people who work in the office. And also I went to a lot of other playground where people have some kind of events all the time. So I go there and talk to many event organizers. I went to amusement park, and at the same time I went to these corporate locations. I got in all of those. But what I'm trying to share with you in this video as well is that the last options that I have, I never thought, because here's what it is like. You work as a small business owner, right? You do not know what is the requirement or what are the kind of a license, the permit, and all those requirements to collaborate with the corporate, right? Big company. So whatever it was, I went and talked to one of the Walmart business manager. Well, they offered me a good options, but then happened to find out that there's a lot of stealing, all those going on, so which I really didn't like it. But then I went and talked to other companies like Joe Traders, and also I went to Aldi and all those places, right? Like it's not a big grocery store, but then also we have a good amount of traffic, people walking into the store, right? So, and when I went to those store, I see that they didn't have the product that I can sell over there. Most of them are like a frozen food that they sell, but then they don't have any ready to eat food which are fresh made daily. So I happened to talk to the company manager, and I asked if they would allow me to deliver food every day at their location, which I will be making it fresh every morning, but I will just go and collect the next day whatever the leftover, because I don't want to sell the food for more than 24 hours. I just want to make sure that the foods are fresh. Anyway, that was a cold food, so it was sushi, right? So that's what I want to share with you guys. That's how I was able to maximize my revenue, my business revenue, from not making like, I was not even making like 4,000 a month, but then in less than, I would say, 2 months, around about less than 2 months, I end up making like 5 times of what I was making, it just because I went ahead and got things out of the box, right? So that's what I want to share with you guys in this content for today. So let's get to the slide screen here, and we'll check into non-storefront virtual kitchen business. All right, so basically we are going to talk about the opportunity that we have for the business. So now on a non-storefront virtual kitchen business, you may probably also have a storefront. Like I said earlier, that I will not just be including the non-storefront, but if you are operating as a storefront, that's fine as well. But let's look into the non-storefront options here, right? You can include in your storefront if you do have it, which is very good. I include in this slide as well, so you'll get to know it. But here's what I want to share with you is like, you can have a multiple brand and you can also have a single brand. So the question about what is single brand and multiple brand, right? Single brand is, say for example, if you're in a sandwich, you just make only sandwiches stuff, right? You don't make any fries, you don't make any hot dogs, you don't make anything else, just only in one particular brand, right? If you're in a pizzas, you only go for a pizza. You don't make any hot dogs, sandwiches, or fries or anything like that, just only pizza. Say for example, Subway is a single brand, right? And if you looked at what do you call it, McDonald's, they are in a just single brand. You can also say they are multi-brand, but specifically if you want to look into, then they are into burger, right? How do you know? Like, you just don't go and ask for a sandwich in McDonald's, so they are known as a single brand, as a burger. Similarly, Subway, Jimmy John's, or Firehouse and all those things, Jersey Mike's, these are all single brand. And now let's also say what is multi-brand, right? Now multi-brand would be, for example, Chipotle, right? They have the bowls, the tacos, the burritos. They do have a different kind of a food in there, right? So that means that they don't only serve burritos, they don't only serve bowls, they do serve very similar to what you find in a deli, right? Deli serve multiple brand foods. So if you want a sandwich, they provide you with a sandwich. If they do sell a burger, they do sell, and they do make whatever the lunch box and all stuff. So they operate in a multi-brand. So there are two options that you can operate in a virtual kitchen, which is one as a single brand and the other one is a multi-brand product, right? Okay, and how does this business operate, right? So as I have mentioned here, this business is operate with no dining facilities and has a single brand of food, or it could be multi-brand, right? This business model operates with a storefront and a non-storefront, and is mostly operate within a place like a warehouse. So you will operate in a warehouse if you don't have a storefront. But if you have a storefront, you cannot operate in a warehouse. It has to be some kind of easy access for delivery people, for not only for people to pick up, but also if you have a takeout service and to go service, they will need a proper place to come and pick up the food from your place, and for that reason you need a parking space. So and also most of this business is carried via online or a third-party app. So for example, they only sell burger, not the sandwich, and subs only burger, no tacos, something like that. That's for a single brand, but I already explained to you what is the difference in a single brand and a multi-brand products, right? So let's move to the next one. So Okay, non-storefront virtual business kitchen business model. So this is what actually in this slide you will see all in one shot, or say one screen. So let's talk about what is the market expansion opportunity. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys. How you can, multiply or like at least 3x your revenue in 3 months. It's just that you gotta work, right? If you don't want to work, then it's hard to get things done, right? If you want it, you gotta go and get it, right? Everything is there for you, right? It's just that you have to be ready to go and get it. Similarly, I did it, and so I got it, right? So okay, so like I mentioned, based on my experience, so what's the opportunity, the market opportunity or the expansion opportunity is by talking to the grocery stores, try to be a vendor partner with them, right? Usually if you ask them every now and then, do a follow-up once or twice in a week, and the best thing is that you have to have some sorts of a contract agreement written already with you, which I can always provide to you. If you guys would like to have it, I can always share with you, but it's going to be a paid version. And if you want me to consult on those things, and of course I will be able to provide you a consultation on those things. And what are the 2 documents probably that you may require? One would be your SOM, which is a standard operation manual. It's a manual book, how you operate and what kind of ingredients, and the other one is SOP, which is going to be standard operation procedures, that how you take care of, how you handle your food and all those stuff. So as long as you have these 2 things, it's not a big deal. But it's going to be a big deal if you do not know, but I've been in this industry for quite some time, so I have all this copy with me, so it wasn't that hard for me when they asked, because I had all these documents prepared, because I know it's someday they're going to ask me. So for that reason, I have already got this in my file. So I sent this file, and then I was able to get the business done. So similar to that experience, I want to share with you guys, and I want to lead you guys to the same scenario, and then try yourself to get a partnership with this grocery store and become one of the vendor who supplies ready to eat food at their stores. Because what they do is they're going to ask you some basic questions like, what are the offers, right? The offers is like, how much are they getting to give you a space at the end. It's a real estate space, so they have to give you some small space people can pick up and go, right? So at the end, you're going to be using their traffic flow and their space, so you have to share some commission. Most of the time, if you negotiate well, you can offer up to like 10%. Well, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, and all those guys offered me 10%. And also Joe Traders, they offered me about 15%. But now if you go to a bigger market, say for example Publix, Kroger's, or if you're in the north side, say for example Joel Osco, because they don't probably they might would just charge you more because they have a bigger grocery stores, and the traffic over there is kind of a big, more than compared to the small grocery stores. But let's focus on the grocery store here, the small ones, right? So what you're gonna do here is that from your location, from your virtual kitchen location, from your ghost kitchen location, you're going to prepare every morning, right? And you are going to deliver to the grocery store. You don't want to get a space and prepare at the grocery store, because what happened here is that once you try to do that, the rate on commission goes up. Sometimes they charge you about like 25 to 30% on the net revenue. So you want to maximize and use your space, right? At the end, we are here for a business. We all want to maximize as much as we can. So for that reason, you want to use your own space, and then from there you will deliver to all these grocery location. So you're going to be preparing from your kitchen, but only do a delivery, right? And so here's one thing that you have to understand. There are 2 things that you can deliver, right? The first one is going to be a cold food. So when you say cold food, would be a pre-made sandwich, or what else would it be? A rice bowl, probably, or anything like a sushi, or a wraps and all those things. Those are going to be a cold food, which you can keep in a shelf with a box packed, and it's ready to eat food. It's fresh, right? Sushis are always served, unless you are buying from the restaurant. It is always cold food. So, but it's a fresh food, right? So, number one is the cold food, right? And the second one is the hot food. So, what's in the hot food? Hot food would be something like pizzas, right? Burgers, right? Fries, chicken wings, and all those daily stuff. But here is the limitation on having a cold food and hot food. In the cold food, you can at least keep the food for 24 hours. I will tell you, most of the places you can keep it about 48 hours, or some places goes up to like 4 days. I don't go with 4 days. I go only with the 24 hours because I want to make sure that my foods are fresh enough for people to come back and buy every time, right? So what I do is I just give 24 hours, less than, actually it's less than a 24 hours shelf life that I usually give. But if you are preparing a sandwiches and all, you'll see that there are some sandwiches, they are lying in the shelf, to go shelf, for more than like 3 days if you look at it, right? I don't prefer it because it's up to you, but many people does it. I don't do that. I just want to make sure that my food are fresh, so I go with the 24 hours shelf life for cold food. So which means I can put my product in front of the customer for a longer period of time, and I can sell it more, right? And the other one is the hot food, right? So what's in the hot food? Usually, if you're in the United States, here's one of the things that you have to go through, is that in the United States you can only go with 4 hour, right? And beyond 4 hour, you will get a violation, right? In case there is inspections and all, you will get a violation, and you don't want to get the violations for all those things, because once you start getting the violations from the inspectors and all, the chances are that they might would just, terminate your business, or you might would just have to leave, whatever the exit from the business policy, basically. So, here's two things that you have to understand what you can do. Deliver. You can either deliver cold food and hot food. One of the advantages of the cold food is that it has a longer shelf life, but for the hot food, it has a short shelf life, right? And you gotta have to make sure that you are constantly monitoring it in case if you need to refill the case, the display case, and all stuff, right? You don't want your food to be lying out there and it's empty. People are there, especially, for example, it's during a vacation time or some events is going on there in that area. You want to closely monitor that you need to refill or not, because if you don't refill it, it's something that you're losing your money, right? So if you're constantly refilling at least twice in a day, thrice in a day, if you can do at least thrice in a day, I'm telling you, you are going to maximize your business 5 times. What I'm trying to tell you here is, if you are able to refill 2 times in a day, you will 100% be able to multiply 3 times of your revenue by just delivering food to these grocery stores. Similar to hot food, but many of the people do not prefer hot food because the hot food usually goes, during lunchtime, which is between 11 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and then it goes between 5 to like 7 p.m. just for a dinner hour and lunch hour. In between, it just lie down there, and if you are using a produce, something like a broccoli or beans and all, those things just get dried up. You don't want to serve it. But if you're serving for like chicken and all those things, it's really, really great. You can do chicken wings and breaded, non-breaded chicken fries. You can just put it out there, But here's the thing. Remember that hot food has a short shelf life, which is for 4 hours. After that, you have to discard the food. Right, so the next one is what I advise, right? If you have if you are working on a cold food business, right, it is good that you don't have to have a storefront, location. Basically, it's just gonna be delivery service. So nobody's gonna park in front of your place all the time unless you are using the storefront service, which is like pick up or to take out services, right? So if you have a storefront, non-storefront business, then I would say go with the cold food, and then look only for a delivery service and reverse it, become a vendor partner, and that's expand your options to expand your market basically, and then decide are you going to go with a multi-brand or a single brand, right? And the other one here is the storefront. So if you're operating as a storefront, probably it's not gonna be easy for you to serve or deliver the hot food most of the time because the shelf life is too less, right? So if you are operating as a storefront, I would say better you also looked into cold food or hot food. But if you're operating as a hot food, it is good for you because you have a delivery services and also you have takeout services. So the hot food service system is good for you. But for cold food, I would say, I would advise if it's good that if you are operating as a non-storefront, then go with the cold food so that your food will stay longer and it has because it has a longer shelf life, right guys? So that's all for today for the market expansion opportunity for virtual kitchen, ghost kitchen, or cloud kitchen. So I actually have all these contents already in my training course, so if you guys are interested to learn more about not only these options, I have given I can give you hundreds of other options. I tried it and I failed it, and I believe it or not, I have been there. So I want to share with you guys these options. So just do not be scared about for not knowing things, that what is the options that you can come up with. It's all about think out of the box. And I have experimented in my past a lot with franchise business, or call it as a delivery business, or as a restaurant operator, or as a virtual kitchen business owner as well. So I've been there, right? I'm still doing it, and I'm a part of the business as well. So I want to actually share with you what's the fact, right? I don't want to sell you something that is not working at all. I'm not into theory thing. I'm in real. I'm not in just information. So I'm in a transition basically. I want to share with you the real information that produce the great results, right? So okay, with that guys, I'm gonna end this contents for today. If you guys have any questions, please do visit my website as well, and feel free to send me a text or a comment on the comment sections on the YouTube. Alright guys, I hope you like this content, and if you have more questions, please feel free to share your questions on the comment section. And if you'd like to know more about Virtual Kitchen, please do also subscribe to our group and Facebook group, that's Virtual Kitchen Resource. And also you can follow us on the Instagram, that's a Virtual Kitchen Resource. And also, just for a quick info, I have these all contents in my training program. So just visit to my website, that's sameair.com, and then you will see there the training program for all that you can get the best out of for your business from our training course. Alright then, until next video, you guys have a good day and a great time.